The footage is out there. The narrative is forming. But the real question is, does the DUI and the video release damage Justin Timberlake's legacy? Does he walk away like nothing happened? We'll be right back. Welcome back to my tarot fams for part 2 of 2 for Tuesday. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years, and we are breaking down the Justin Timberlake DUI business. So we are going to look at the aftermath of the DUI arrest, but more importantly, the release of the video footage, which just happened in the last week or so. So let's bring up that card view and talk about this. So how is the public in general perceiving Justin after the release of the video footage? What is the majority on this? The Emperor in reverse. He ain't so special after all. Empress in reverse. Knight of Cups and the Knight of Coin. So there's a lot of people out there who are thinking, majority of people are saying, you know, he had the money, he had the means. Why didn't he just get an Uber? Why didn't he just get a ride home? Why do these celebrities have this entitlement where they feel like they can just go out and do whatever they want and roll around town, rip roaring drunk? Then there's a little bit of it that's like, you know, he's been in the public eye since he was a wee bit, and the poor guy, you know, the pressure of celebrity must be terrible. And then there's a little bit of the public that's like, you know what, he blew it. He blew it himself. It's no big deal. My opinion, the bulk of all of us are saying, you know, the privilege was there. Why didn't he just use his means to get home in another fashion, especially because he had that person following him or in front of him? So I want to take a look at the long-term impact on his reputation. Poor judgment. Could have made another choice. And ultimately, Hierophant. So we are going to ultimately see that Justin Timberlake still gets treated like a gold standard or platinum level entertainer in the industry. We're not going to lose that. The gilding is not coming off. You know, it's just, and I said in the first reading, if you didn't see the first reading, he's got to do a mea culpa on this. He's got to serve some time for it, not in jail, but he's either got to sober up or he's got to make some kind of public correction to his actions. So I do think as long as he does that, he's still going to be Justin Timberlake, still going to be that guy. He's still, I remember when people were saying he's the next Michael Jackson because he could dance so well. Then the whole Britney thing happened. Everybody felt bad for him because she cheated. He wrote Cry Me a River. So like the only Justin Timberlake song I know. I know I bring him sexy back. But I do think that he ultimately is going to be preserved as a celebrity. So I think his career, I think they're making the right moves now. How is this affecting his family? Let's take a look at that. 10 of Wands, Knight of Swords, Page of Cups, 3 of Swords, 4 of Wands, 8 of Cups. I think there's a little bit of stress at home. I am going to say that. You know, if you can't keep that dog on the porch, I know that means something a little bit differently, but if you can't stop him from wilding out, if he can't be trusted to take an Uber home, you know, that's a little bit annoying with someone who's in their 40s. Like, you know, it just is not an easy thing. So I do think that there's a little bit of struggle and stress in the household. What can they do to fix that? Because I don't see them breaking up. I see them sticking it out, staying together, keeping the household intact. And I just want to say, Jessica Biel's wedding dress was fabulous. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It was a dip-dyed pink dress. It was amazing. Amazing. Chef's kiss. So, advice for them before, during, and after. I got 2 cards on the after. So that High Priestess and that 3 of Wands, this is after. That's therapy. That's absolutely therapy. Temperance, I think, Mrs. Timberlake, I think she was like, it's kind of par for the course. Before, I think, really easy, having this great existence as celebrity. I like Jessica Biel. I like Jessica Biel a whole lot. Jessica Biel Timberlake, whatever her name is. I think she's pretty terrific. I think she's beautiful and interesting. And I don't think she acted long enough. I would have liked to see her acting a little bit longer. But I think there's definitely some tweaking and therapy that is on the table for them. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. So, is there lasting damage, or does this fade? Talking about the family right now. Lasting damage. Judgment in reverse. Knight of Cups. 7 of Wands. Page of Cups. I think there's a bit of lasting damage, but I think there's kind of a bit of a roller coaster in that marriage and in that family. I think there's a lot of moments where there's up and down. I feel like there's a lot of eye rolling in the house. Like a lot of things are said, and it's like, really? Like, what are you doing? And that's all right. There's periods of time where they live separately. And I think that that's okay too. She is very, very focused on their children, as is he, but they're not focused together. It's a little bit unusual. It's always like one of them is at the little league game or the dance recital or the school play or whatever it is. Like, they don't really seem like they're always in the same place at the same time with the kids. They kind of tag team it. Now, I don't know if that's because they are they try and give concentrated attention to one child, but it feels like, well, I'll do that and you do this. They almost engineer that. And I think that works for them. I think that that's okay. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. So, talking a little bit about their astro and numerology here, we talked briefly about it in the first video, and this is where his private and his public life kind of collide. And I would like to peel that back a little bit. How does Jessica feel about this revelation of their private life? How does she feel about that? Queen of Swords. So PR this. Tell them that you have no control over this particular inclination, this particular, and I don't think that Justin Timberlake is a booze hound. Like, he can't stop drinking, but I think he does like to go out and have a good time and dial it up. Why, and why shouldn't he? He's a celebrity. He's worked very hard. He can do that. Just don't get in the car and drive around the Hamptons. So I do think that she wants a bit more of an admission that he doesn't have control over this aspect of himself. Will she get that? I don't think so. I think he's going to keep saying, this isn't, it's not like I'm out on the street passing out in the middle of the road. And I don't think that he is either. I don't think he's, fallen over off a bar stool and, landing in a heap with, pissy pants or anything like that. I think he just, goes out and comes home a little bit, extra buzzed. Like, I can't believe you drove like that. Why would you drive like that? So is she going to be able to apply the corrective devices that she wants this situation? I don't think so. I think he is roundly going to be anti her plan. So is he going to own it publicly? Is he going to own this publicly? One card. 6 of Cups. Yes, he's going to bring his reputation back. Is there a controlled comeback in play? The Emperor. Yes, we are going to see that. Is he going to let time emerge? Is he going to take a pause for a period of time before we see him back on the stage? Page of Coins. Yes, he is going to take a break. And does he effectively rebuild trust with his audience? Does he effectively do it? 3 of Swords. That's a niente. Why not? 2 of Coins, 6 of Coins, and the 8 of Coins. The privilege is going to get in the way. People are not going to like the way that he was trying to manage the situation. So I don't see this ending Justin Timberlake, but I do see it humbling him. And I think he realizes the damage done to his PR. Is there anything else? Is there anything else to this situation that my curious viewers want to know? Is there anything else? Eight of Swords, Knight of Wands. We're going to find out more about what was going on that night. And I think that maybe he was stepping off the porch a little bit. That Ace of Wands and the Star, we've got a goal. Our flaming sword is headed in that direction. So I do think that he is trying to get some. And to be sure, Jessica Biel was not at their residence in the Hamptons the night that this happened. And I think that maybe Justin was trying to have a little nightcap with somebody. I'm just saying, I think there was a goal in mind here. So situations like this sometimes determine what kind of a legacy celebrities will leave. I give you Jim Morrison, Robert Blake. Sometimes people do things and it sticks with them for a little while. We'll have to see how the future treats Justin Timberlake. So let me know what you think down below. Were you a Justin Timberlake fan? Tell me down below. I know a little bit. I know enough to be dangerous, but this Cat Black Golden Tarot, loving it. If you guys want to see the flip through at the end of the week, it will be on Sunday night. You can see the full flip through. You don't have to listen to me. You just have music and you get to see this whole deck. There's an Amazon affiliate link that is included in that video, and also the deck of the week post that I do on Monday night. So I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. But tomorrow, we're going to have Wicked Wednesday. I haven't recorded it yet, so I have no idea what it's going to be. And at 1 o'clock today, we are going to have a live. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. So come on over. Friday, we're going to have lives as well. But TBA, because it is my baby girl's birthday. So I think I'm going to go up and have lunch with her. So we may do it at a little bit of a different time. But until 1 o'clock today, I will see you guys shortly. Thank you so much for being here. I know you have a lot of entertainment to choose from on the largest streaming platform on the planet. And I'm so glad that you chose to spend some time with me. So let me know down below if there's something you'd like for Two for Tuesday next week. I take all of your recommendations seriously, and I build my content based on your requests, comments, and input. So I will see you guys in the future.